The topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
This is Beyond Confidence with your host, Divya Parekh. Do you want to live a more fulfilling life? Do you want to live your legacy and achieve your personal, professional, and financial goals? Well, coming up on Divya Parekh's Beyond Confidence, you will hear real stories of leaders, entrepreneurs, and achievers who have stepped into discomfort, shattered their status quo, and are living the life they want. You will learn how relationships are the key to achieving your aspirations and financial goals. Moving your career or business forward does not have to happen at the expense of your personal or family life, or vice versa. Learn more at www.divyaparekh.com, and you can connect with Divya at contact@divyaparekh.com. This is Beyond Confidence, and now here's your host, Divya Parekh.
Good morning, listeners. It's Tuesday morning, and so thrilled to be here with you. So, folks, just a couple of things that I'd love to run by you. One, if you have not decided to get your copy, you are seeing the copies in the back, the Entrepreneur's Garden, Expert to Influencer, get your copies today because these books, profits, some of them are going to entrepreneurs impacted by COVID-19, and small businesses have taken a hit. We love your support in helping them out. And also the holiday season is here. So why wait until December, or why wait till Thanksgiving Day to thank someone? Find that 1 hour of time. Yes, I'm only asking for your 1 hour of your time, and share it with someone. So folks, I want to share that one of our listeners did reach out to me to share his name is John, and how did John use his 1 hour of time to help somebody else. So what John shared was that he decided to just take the carts, that were left in the parking lot every time he went for grocery, that he would go and spend that 5 minutes and would return the carts back to the cart stations. And you will be surprised, he goes to this particular grocery store all the time, and somehow somebody observed him, and when he went next time, he was given a coupon. So folks, you never know how kindness can breed kindness. So kindness is important. And also want to share that upon your request, we are sharing a writing program with you. So it'll be in the ticker section. It is success.divyaparekh.com. Write your book in 90 days. So folks, we will also want to share with you is that what we have done is we have brought this writing program just for your request. And reach out to me for an early bird coupon if you're looking for it. And without further ado, I'm going to bring in our guest. Welcome, Michele.
Hi, Divya.
So it's a pleasure to have you. So Michele,
Thank you.
tell us, if you recall a moment from your childhood that left an impact on you.
I think the first time that I was on television singing, I was about 5 or 6. That left a huge impact.
So tell us more about it. Like, what were you doing on television show and what were you singing?
I sang Puppet on a String by Sandy Shaw. And I remember clearly, because I watched her on TV, I remember clearly I'm just this little girl, and I actually wrote to the TV station to see if I could come on their kids show and sing. And I wrote them the letter, and they called my mum, and mum said, "What? She's done what?" So they had me come in and audition, and all the camera crew were laughing because at the very end, it's like a puppet on a bump, 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 bump. string. And I said, then I want you to go to camera number 2, and I'll move to camera 2 on the last word. And they're like, this is a baby talking to us about camera work.
Oh, that is so fascinating. So you had that it factor from the time you were a child, and taking upon yourself, I can't even imagine like setting a 5-year-old setting a letter. Hey, I want to be on your show.
Yeah,
That
because
is so.
I wasn't encouraged by anyone really to sing except for my grandfather. Used to, when I was about 2 years old, he got me to sing "Que Sera Sera" into his mother's, my great grandmother, hearing thing.
Oh, wow. That is just amazing.
Yeah.
So curious as to like, were you just kind of singing on your own, or when you were a child, did you have any training?
No training. Never had any
Oh,
training. We just sang.
nice.
I just loved singing, and I liked that it seemed to make people happy. And it was just a happy thing. I learned every song on the radio, and
Oh, I love that. And Michelle, let me ask you this: like, what part of the world are you in?
I'm in California, the
You're in
mountains of
California.
California. Yeah.
A little bit early for you today.
No, I get up before the birds, so that's normal for me.
Oh, nice, nice. And that's fantastic. So then, as you grew up, where did your interest move into?
Well, then I started doing theatre, and then I got my rock bands together, and I ended up being very successful as a rock singer in Australia, until one night I had a near fatal car accident, which changed the trajectory of my life and my purpose and my mission forever in a very positive way. So the worst thing in the world that ever happened to me ended up being the most positive thing in the world.
Oh, that's fantastic. There are so many youngsters who love to play in a band, and I know that from my own family's experience, as well as seeing their friends' kids and all that. So tell us, what was it like, how did your family react when you wanted to be a rock star? Tell us a bit about that journey.
Oh, I guess they just always took it for granted that I was going to be a singer, because that's what I did all the time. I mean, I did a lot of extra work to buy the microphones and everything else. I did lots of different work, even hairdressing for a while and waitressing and whatever I wanted to do. But I left home when I was 15, so I sort of did it all on my own. I don't think they really knew much about it. They weren't really that interested. I don't know why. But yeah, I just did it because it was in me, the past life thing, I guess, where I just really love to do it. It's any of your listeners, though, who are watching this and you are thinking about doing a rock band, it's very hard work. You have to be totally disciplined, extremely dedicated. You have to look after your instrument, whether it's the guitar or your voice. Like I say to CEOs, I say, you've got to treat your business like a really successful rock band. Everyone in your periphery, everyone who works with you has to be in harmony, because a rock band, if there's even one person out of harmony, whether it's singing or the guitar, you're not going to get another gig. So it's a really good sort of business model to be in tune. And I call that, which is very similar to you, I've been calling that for years. That's how you go beyond, beyond success, is to treat it like that, because it's a business. Music is a business, and you have to really work hard, have your act together. You've got to get your road crew. You've got to try to get a record label. You just have to know that it's something, there's no choice for you. Don't be in a band or be an entertainer unless there's no choice for you. That's what you want to do. There's nothing, there's no B plan.
Right. And there's no B plan. And you mentioned that, you knew that singing was your life, but how did you know that you wanted to go for rock, and how did you pull your band together?
Well, I always sang rock. I mean, even like as a little kid, I sang, puppet on a string. So I started doing covers. I had a cover band. We were really good. We worked for years all around Australia. And then I decided I wanted to start writing songs. and we met Andrew McManus, who's a huge rock manager of bands in Australia. I mean, he managed the Divinals. I mean, so many huge bands. And he wanted to manage us. We were doing a gig in Queensland, and the Bay City Rollers. Do you remember the Bay City Rollers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Scottish band. Well,
Oh, yeah.
he was touring with them all around Australia, and they were doing a gig. You know, they were doing a comeback gig. Now, this was years after they were famous, and they ended up coming to our gig because they only had 200 people and we had 2,000. so Andrew was really curious, who is this band that have got 2,000 people when the Bay City Rollers only got 200? And that was the night that changed everything as far as I started writing songs with the band, and we ended up getting a record contract, and then we toured all over Australia. We toured with the Pretenders, you name it. We toured with every band that came to Australia, all around Australia. It was amazing. But doing original songs was the way to go. I mean, a cover band is a great way to hone your skills, but then, you know, write your own music if you can.
Absolutely. And what were your struggles when you were pulling your band together?
I never looked at them as a struggle. It was just, I think the main thing for me was getting musicians who were disciplined, who would handle the fact that they're not allowed to drink or do anything, you know, because we had to work sometimes up to 6 hours a night. Everyone's got to stay sober and make sure that I could get the road crew on time. I think it was just handling all these boys as the lead singer and the manager to make sure they turned up in time, and getting the trucks to make sure they turned up in time with all the musical equipment. Managing a band is a lot of work, especially when you're the singer. But I eventually got the most amazing musicians who were brilliant at what they did, and I stole them from other bands. I would I don't know how I did it. I would talk them. I'd go and see a gig, and if the drummer was awesome, I'd be like, I'm going to go backstage and steal this drummer.
Oh, that's interesting. Like, and there must have been some, you know, I definitely see even a few minutes into a conversation that you have a very charming personality. So I'm sure you charm
Divya.
them. Oh yeah, we gotta go join Michelle's band.
Well, I
And
just hyped it up. I just said we're going to be big, and we were, and so I wasn't lying.
no. So as you grow, tell us, like, you know, how did your team, because what happens is, you know, what I sincerely believe is that you are as good as your team. And
Oh
you
yeah, that's
mentioned
right.
that, you know, yeah, that people need to be in harmony. So Michelle, as you were like touring and as you were getting success and fame, how did your team stay together?
Oh, they wouldn't have left me for a million years. The only thing that broke the band up was that amazing near fatal car accident that changed my life. They wouldn't have
So
left
tell
me
us
for
about,
They would never have left me. Their wives wouldn't let them leave me. That's for sure, because I was their paycheck.
so tell us about that car accident when you say that, you know, it could have been one of the worst things, but it was a blessing. To tell us, like, what changed in that car accident that you could not continue?
Well, what happened was I always liked to go with the truck that had all the musical equipment, that I would hire these truck drivers, because I wanted to make sure that they showed up. In the rock business, you've got to really make sure everyone's disciplined, from the truck drivers to everyone. And it was a 12-hour drive because Australia is huge. It's long hours in between each city. And I fell asleep because, you know, I've been singing all night. But he fell asleep too, the truck driver. And he went into a telephone pole, and all the musical equipment went into me. And so I was in the hospital for many, many, many months with so many injuries. I mean, I was touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. One of the operations was 17 and a half hours. So what happened was, when you are in physical agony, you it's very, very challenging to lift yourself up, because I was told if I did survive, I probably never walk again. If I did walk again, I wouldn't walk properly. And so as someone who's been on the stage dancing and singing and, you know, rocking out her entire life, it was like, well, what am I going to do with my life? This is my life. And people were saying, but you can still sing. And I was like, who cares if I can still sing? I want to be able to dance and do everything, you know. And so people were sending me these different audio programs to sort of cheer me up. And one of them, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, is a very famous, very old success book from America. So that is the book that changed my life. I was listening to Earl Nightingale because I couldn't turn the tape off because I couldn't move. So they'd play these tapes for me. But the thing that changed my life about that wasn't about all these successful millionaire American businessmen in the 20s and 30s. Who cares about that? I'm a female rock singer in Australia. And the part where he said Napoleon Hill healed his little infant son from being born deaf by doing these affirmations, this auto-suggestion. Every night he'd walk into the little boy's crib. He would say, you can hear perfectly. You grow up to be a great man. And he just kept doing it every night for years. The little boy ended up getting 30% of his hearing, which was, the doctor said, impossible. Power of the mind is incredible. And I thought, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an affirmation. And so I attempted to do an affirmation. I wrote one. I worked it out. You got to do everything. You've got to say, it's got to be in the now. So I said, okay, I am healed. I wasn't healed. So I say, I am healed. I know I am, because I definitely didn't know I was. I love myself. I am my friend. And I didn't love myself, and I wasn't my friend, because I was very depressed, you know, and in agony. So that was the perfect affirmation. And it's got to be emotionalized, they said. All these books and tapes said you got to emotionalize it. But I couldn't emotionalize it because I was in the doubting mind, because I was at this lower frequency at the time, physically and emotionally. My doubting mind kept flipping it out. You can't do that. So the affirmation wouldn't work. How can you emotionalize an affirmation and believe it's true if what's surrounding you, physically, whatever it is telling you that that's not the truth?
Right,
so
right.
You just don't believe it. So after a while, I had this beautiful epiphany. You're a singer-songwriter. You can't get a song out of your head. So I sang it. I sang, I am healed, I know I am. I love myself, I am my friend. And I did it onto the recording over and over again. And if you've got any questions, you can ask now, but then I'll tell you what happened after that. It's miraculous.
Oh, that is so precious, Michele. And, you know, I feel for you that you went through it, but then, as you mentioned, that turned out to be one of the best blessings in your life. So what an amazing recovery. Can you share with us what emotions went through your mind at that time? Because when you talk about doubt, you know, for listeners, it's so easy when you share that, like, yeah, that's going through my mind. Walk us through those emotions.
Well, what happens is, first of all, I'll just explain what happened. When the lyrics go into this has been scientifically proven now, but back in those days, they didn't even really know much about the synapses of the brain and the short-term memory. But now with MRIs and everything else, they've been able to prove many, many things. And music absolutely changes your emotions. It changes your vibration, which changes your emotions. So if you're listening to the blues and you have the blues, don't listen to the blues. Even though I love the blues, it's not going to be good if you're in a depressed sort of state. You've got to listen to positive music. So what I created was an affirmation to rock music. And so you have all the melody and the music goes into the right side of the brain, and the lyrics go into the left side, and it goes straight into your subconscious mind. So the doubting mind doesn't have an opportunity to throw away that precious seed of positivity, because the mind is a powerful, powerful tool for healing, for attracting great things into your life. But you have to be at the frequency of the thing that you want to attract. But the thing was, I didn't feel emotional about it, Divya, because all I had to do was listen to my own voice, because I recorded it over and over again. I only had to listen, and it went straight into my subconscious mind. And then I started feeling better. I was still in the hospital for a few more months, but I ended up going into a recording studio after I got out of the hospital and recording a lot of different songs just for me. I didn't plan on giving it to the public. I just recorded it because I wanted to have some positive music for my own consciousness, because I thought, if that healing song healed me, imagine what else I can do. So I started writing Magnet to Money, success songs. I've got hundreds of songs recorded, so many albums, and people from all over the world have downloaded them and listened to them millions and millions of times. So I ended up traveling around the world after that, very, very successful, working with Bob Proctor, Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer, singing the affirmations, but also speaking about how it works and why something so simple, like the kids learn their ABCs through singing them, right? Because music changes everything. And so it's a tool that people use, doctors, lawyers, dentists, homemakers, everybody. We've just got thousands and thousands of testimonials of the way it's healed people and changed their lives just by listening. It's very, very amazing.
So now I'm curious. You said that, you listen to your own voice. What if people were to record in their own voice and they sang? Doesn't matter. Like, of course, you have a lovely voice and you sing beautifully. If it was somebody like me, and folks, I'm not going to sing for you because I can guarantee that you're going to leave straight away. You will walk away and probably never come back. So I'm definitely not going to sing. But let's say, I just want to bring that joy and just kind of sing for myself and record.
Well, anyone can record anything they want to anytime they like. It's just, you've just got to make sure that, or you can just sing along, get some music and make your own lyrics up if you want to. But the way that I have recorded the music vibrationally, they're all done in a special keys, major keys that change your emotions. So it's all very done now, especially very, very scientifically, so that it will work. But yes, I encourage anybody to sing some positive music. Get some karaoke music, make sure it's positive, add your own affirmations, make sure that it's about something you want. But I have hundreds to choose from any walk of life. And even Bob Proctor, the great Bob Proctor, ended up writing many, many programs with me and did some of the lyrics to some of the songs I wrote, because he just thought it was the most amazing thing he'd ever heard of. So did Dr. Deepak Chopra. He said, why don't you do one for children? So I did Self-Esteem for Kids, which is a beautiful album to give little children such encouraging, positive vibrations and thoughts, so that if they're a bit shy or slow learners, it's really, really changed. The parents are stoked because it's so much fun for the kids as well.
Right. So tell us more about the vibrations that you're talking about and how you're relating it scientifically as you record.
Well, the thing is, everybody knows now, whether they believed it once upon a time or not, it's been proven scientifically that everything around us is energy, and energy has its own vibratory frequency. And that is a fact. People can feel it too. For example, if you meet someone who's positive, you can feel if someone's sincere or not. Everybody's psychic in that way. But what that psychic ability is the vibration that you feel. It's like if you say to somebody, oh, how you doing? Okay. What do you mean, okay? And you immediately know that not just by the voice, but the person's not doing okay. And you can also feel the vibration of sincerity when someone gives you a compliment and they don't mean it. And they're just, trying to get in your good books, like trying to sell you something. People can always feel it because that is vibration. The vibration is what tells the story. That is the communication with anybody, is the vibration. And it's a frequency. It's actually a speed of vibration that is the frequency. So as you become more and more positive, what happens is your frequency is faster. It's not like up or down, it's just at a level, a speed. And so as your frequency becomes faster, your immune system becomes stronger. You can see possibilities that you couldn't see before. It's like you've broken the mental shackles that were holding you back. Sometimes people are so positive and they get so frustrated, Divya, because they feel like, God, I'm doing everything right, but I'm still just a hair's breadth away from creating or manifesting the life that I want or the success in my business that I want. They just have to have their frequency faster. Once they have that faster, they see things, their creativity, the creative side of their life, the divine side of their life becomes stronger. You can see things clearer. You can look at opportunities that may have always been there, but maybe you had fear. And fear is the doubting mind. So once you've gone beyond the doubting mind, you've gone beyond fear, and you can live such a beautiful, purposeful life, yourself, your family, your loved ones, your business.
Absolutely. So you're absolutely right. Fear is the fog that clouds our vision. I always say that. And I like what you talked about vibration because, it's definitely music is something that transcends borders and it breaks the barriers. And similarly, like, when you're talking about vibration, there are studies out there. When you're doing meditation, you're changing your frequency as well. And there are different, there are different states going from beta to alpha. And we don't want to go into more of that. But how about if you share a tip where people could release their fear and negativity?
Well, it's not a matter, this is a thing. It's not a matter of us attempting to release the fear. Because when somebody is in fear, it could be from emotional pain, could be from the mourning, the loss of a loved one. It could be because they're just afraid they don't have enough money to pay the bills. But it's not something I feel that people can just switch it, because when you're in fear, you're in that vibration. And it's easy enough for somebody to say, just listen to the music. Or just, switch your attention to this or to that. You have to start somewhere. And I think the best way to start is to attempt to, start looking at visualization practices, definitely positive music that we've just been talking about. But I definitely say to people, then once you're at that level, you can go deeper and go into meditation, because meditation changed my life. I found an enlightened teacher, and after years of meditating with her, I ended up having my own awakening. And so I have meditation students from all over the world. But the thing that I love is you've got to start somewhere if you want your life to shift to the positive. And one of the things that I think is the most helpful tip, and it's got nothing to do with what I was just talking about, but Divya, the most helpful tip, and this is also something that they did some testing on with some patients who were depressed. They got each person to go and do something for somebody else. Whenever someone's feeling, if you're feeling in fear or you're feeling depressed, to get out of your own head and your own, poor me, go and do something to make someone else happy. I don't care if it's tithing to give someone some money. I don't care if it's like, if there's like a place in your neighborhood where, they don't have as much money. If you get some food baskets and just go and put it outside their door anonymously, whatever it is that you can do to volunteer, to do something to get out of your own ego, your own fears, your own head, because people get down all these rabbit holes when they're in their fear. If you don't do something for somebody else, you immediately brighten up, because everybody feels better when they're helping other people. They just do. It's natural. It's beautiful.
Agreed. And I love that. And that's why, like, in my every episode, I'm making that call. Even that, just go spend that an hour, that you can split it up over the days. And you're absolutely right. And why do we feel good is because we have a circuit, one special circuit in our brain, according to one of the leading neuroscientists. And that circuit is about compassion, that when we help others, we feel good. So absolutely love that. And I would love to invite you to share a few of your affirmation songs. If you
Okay.
can sing a few of those, that would be awesome. Like you can share, like, this is for money, whatever is available to you.
All right. Let me just see what we've got here. I'll just have to sing along with my own album songs because I don't have my backing music. I wasn't expecting to sing today, but I should have been expecting to sing that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if it's
I got it.
all cool.
I got it.
Okay.
Now, this is easy, everybody. This song, you got to look, people are afraid to talk about money. People would rather talk about their sex life than money. And it's something that's so ridiculous because money is just an energy that allows you freedom. And so to get yourself away from the fear of even talking about money or looking at how much you've got or haven't got or what you want or you don't want, I created this song called I'm a Magnet to Money, who Reverend Ike, who used to be a great minister of positivity in New York. I heard his tape. I ended up meeting him and before he left the body and doing great interviews with him. And it was all about money. And I just thought it was so fun to just sing, I'm a magnet to money, money, money loves me. So all you're going to do is just sing along. I'm a magnet to money. I now have more than I need. I am a magnet to money. Money, money loves me. That's all there is to this song. But don't let the simplicity fool you. It's very, very powerful for your consciousness to have prosperity consciousness. So this is fun. This will be fun.
Something very important. The fact is,
sing along, everyone. You may as well. Money. It's fun. Bob Proctor sings along, and he's got a terrible
money
voice.
Is simply an energy that allows freedom.
You can hear him on some of my tapes.
Freedom
CDs.
to be all that you can be. So don't scare money away by saying there isn't enough money. Speak to your money.
Can you hear it?
Enjoy your money. And you will find that money will love to be around you and multiply. You will be a magnet to money. So say right now, money loves me and money is my obedient servant. Enjoy money.
Here we go.
I am a magnet to money. I now have more than I need. I am a magnet to money. Money, money loves me.
Come on, everyone.
I am a magnet to money. I now have more than I need. I am a magnet to money. Money, money loves me. I am a magnet to money. I now have more than I need. I am a magnet to money. Money, money loves me. I am a magnet to money. I now have more than I need. I am a magnet to money. Money, money loves me.
That's a little taste of that song. And then it goes into some other little sections. But the main thing is, even if you just listen to it, you'll find yourself singing it. And if you find yourself, it's going on in your head, that's where you want it. You want it to be in your subconscious mind so that you start looking at money in a lighthearted way. It's like how people spiritually sometimes will say, how dare you, Michele, say that money, money loves me? And I'm like, this is to get you away from ego, away from the fear of money, of not having enough or losing what you've got. It's just a really, really fun way. This song has been downloaded, Divya, millions of times globally. And people have even started doing their own Magnet to Money song. They never ask my permission, and I don't care. As long as they enjoy it. And people have made on YouTube so many YouTube videos with that song as well, my song. It's so funny. And then there was this other man who started singing over the top of it, but he did it Hindu. He did it in Hindi. So it's so great. But I've got hundreds of songs, but I think that one gets to people because I think people, if they want to have more money in their life, but they'll listen to it in the closet, but they'll listen to it.
Absolutely. No, that was fun. Thank you for sharing that and
Yeah, sure.
playing it for our audience. So you've shared some tips, and how about, do you have any methods to uplift your vibrations? Because as you said that, the vibrations go faster. So what are any techniques that you'd like to
Well,
share?
well, since my awakening, I'm just in that state of consciousness all the time, not on and not off, just on. So the divine uses my consciousness. And so I transmit light to my students from all over the world and teach them meditation. But even if they don't want to go deeply into meditation yet, I at least get them to find out what it is that they want. Now, if you're listening to this and you're doing all this positivity, but you haven't been clear enough, you've got to have clarity on what it is that you want. So what I recommend that you do, this is a good thing that people can do, is write down the areas of your life where you know you have weaknesses, where you don't show up for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones. Maybe it's your avatar, your body. You don't exercise it enough. This is a rare gift that we have been given by the divine, is this particular organic body. And we have been given the power to think for ourselves and to create, looking at creation. Where are the weak points? So write down what those weak points are, and then make a decision to snap out of it, like Cher said in Moonstruck. Snap out of it and get yourself to just do it. Just show up, because when you do something that you don't feel like doing, your oscillation immediately becomes faster. Your vibration is higher immediately. Exercise. Where is another weakness? Oh, you don't eat enough pranic, really nice organic food, or you eat takeout, or rubbishy food that's just going to kill your poor body. And the divine's there. I really created something beautiful, and you're eating burgers again, pizza again. Don't do that anymore. Snap out of it. Do something for yourself that's good. It's okay to, of course, we've got to have balance. It's okay to have some little naughties now and again, but this is for your mind. This is for your consciousness. This is for your immune system. Now, then tear up this page. I don't want you to look at it again. You don't want to be looking at your weaknesses. Now you're going to say, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. You're going to say, I now know what I do want. I want to be healthy. I want to be wealthy. I want to do things for the world that gives them positivity. Like Divya, I'm going to watch Divya's show again, one of her shows, because that brings me up. Do things if you do something that brings you down, just do the opposite. Okay, if you're watching something negative, go and watch Divya.
Thank you, Michele.
Check out her shows, because her shows, and I've looked at a lot of them, are all about uplifting you and teaching you something that is going to assist your business, your success in life, your relationships, your communication with others, and it's going to help you release fear. Because as you learn new strategies for your life, so you can navigate your life in a harmonious way. And another really good thing, an affirmation to say, is my life is in harmony. Mm-hmm. Every area of my life is in harmony, because if your life is in harmony, that means that everything is tuned to do good, to work well. You're focused. Don't rush things. Be in the moment. And remember to absolutely love yourself. You have so much potential. Every person on the planet. I've lived all over the world. I've worked in over 26 different countries, and it doesn't matter the culture, the language, or whatever. Everybody that I have met is the same. They want to do good. They want to do good for their family. They want to leave their mark on the world and feel like at the end of each day that they've got that cozy feeling inside, like you feel good about yourself. So what can you do to make yourself feel good about yourself? Go and help others. How can you do that? Look in your community. So, there's quite a few things that we can do.
Oh, Michele, that's beautiful. I love it. And thank you for giving our show and our team a shout out. I really appreciate that. So I know that you've got something very special to offer my audience. Would you share it with us?
Well, this is crazy. I was just on a TV show with Jack Canfield, who's an old friend of mine from Chicken Soup for the Soul, and he said it was crazy that I do this, but I decided to do it. What we've done, my whole team, we put together the best-selling products, magnetic creative visualization program, the magic of affirmation power, songs for success, create miracles, all the products, a month of light transmissions through the mystical experience, and a special Zoom event, which is all valued at over $300 for just $10. It's like Wayne Dyer used to say, you're going to get the whole enchilada. And the reason I'm even charging $10 is because it's a psychological effect that people, when they've paid something, they feel more engaged in using that material. And if they get it for absolutely nothing, which I've done many, many times, they don't always use the material, Divya. You've probably found that yourself. So you can get all of this for just $10. Now, if you don't even have that $10, you can email through that particular website, mydivinesuccess.com/beyond confidence, and I will give it to you for free. If you absolutely cannot even afford the $10, you can have the whole lot for free. But if you do want to energetically have a good exchange with all those amazing products, just go and check it out. Just check it out. Beyond Confidence. I love the name of that. mydivinesuccess.com/beyond confidence. So you can be beyond success through being beyond confidence. And being beyond confidence means that you are in harmony with your heart. You're in harmony in your life. That to me is what beyond confidence is. So good job.
Thank you for sharing that. And I know you do live events in person and on Zoom. How can people find out about that?
Well, they could just go to, I guess the best place would be themysticalexperience.com, themysticalexperience.com. And I've got a calendar there which talks about when we've got events coming up. Is that the one to go to? Yeah, just themysticalexperience.com. Can they sign up to be told? I'm asking people. So they can go there and we'll let them know when we've got another event coming up, because the events, we've got the most amazing people on our events, and everyone gets to mastermind and talk about what they want and to go beyond success. I do light transmissions. We do affirmations together. I do prayers for your success, and we laugh and laugh and laugh and have a wonderful time. You will feel giddy at the end of it. So do come along to one of our free events.
And that's what we want. We want people to be joyous, laughing, and having fun. So, Michele, thank you for joining us. I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation, and listeners and wonderful audience. If, just check out both of her websites. And Michele has shared a ton of wonderful information today. So thank you, Michele.
Thank you, Divya, for having me on, and thank you for what you're doing for the world. You're really contributing something amazing.
Oh, I appreciate that. And that's the whole reason I do that, we can, even if it's a drop in the ocean, every drop counts, and together we can make a difference.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us.
Be the ocean. Dive in.
Absolutely. Well, listeners, thank you for joining us. Without you, the show would not be the show. The show is for you. Reach out to us anytime, whatever you want us to do for you, like areas of your life, because we can bring on guests, we can bring on experts that can make your life better and more joyous and more healthy and more happy. So, folks, do take care of yourself and help others out. And last but not the least, thank you, Jason, for all your technical support. And folks, we will see you again next Tuesday. Take care and be well.
Thank you for being part of Beyond Confidence with your host, Divya Parekh. We hope you have learned more about how to start living the life you want. Each week on Beyond Confidence, you hear stories of real people who have experienced growth by overcoming their fears and building meaningful relationships. During Beyond Confidence, Divya Parekh shares what happened to her when she stepped out of her comfort zone to work directly with people across the globe. She not only coaches people how to form heart connections, but also transform relationships to mutually beneficial partnerships as they strive to live the life they want. If you are ready to live the life you want and leverage your strengths, learn more at www.divyaparekh.com. And you can connect with Divya at contact@divyaparekh.com. We look forward to you joining us next